What's going on, y'all? It is a beautiful morning this morning. Look at that sunrise. Look how gorgeous it is. Sun's just about to come up. It is kind of windy. We got a strong north wind and it's like 48 degrees this morning. So we're gonna take my little 17-foot skiff out in the Gulf of Mexico a few miles. Say something doesn't happen today and it's too rough and I get out, then I can go back another day. But I welcome y'all to the channel. Let's go ahead, head to the boat ramp, get the old scout launch, and let's get into some fishing. All right, y'all, sun is coming up. We have the boat launch. I'm the only one at the boat ramp because I don't think anybody wants to be out in cold and windy conditions. And I do want to say the sponsor of this video is Sword Fishing Products and Tools. They make some awesome fillet knives that we're going to use to clean some of the fish that we catch today. So I appreciate Sword. If you want to check them out, I'll link them down in the description below. Without further ado, y'all come join me and do some fishing. All right, y'all, it's time to go. We are about to go outside of Perdido Pass. So it's not often I can go out in a 17-foot skiff, but I do. This boat is pretty capable, but you still always want to have a float plan anytime you do something like this. What a beautiful morning to be out. So we're just cruising along the beach to stay out of the wind, and then we're gonna head right out there. So, heck yeah. Let's go ahead and get to our spot. But it's just gorgeous out here this morning. Woo. Heck yeah. All right, so we're out here, and like I had kind of anticipated, it's a little bit, there's some decent swells. It said 0.7 to 3 foot on my Nautide app, which is a great app. It's called Nautide, like Nautide. That's what I use to look up the conditions, and most of the time it's accurate. Also, you can go look at the coastal weather predictions as well that I think the government or NOAA puts out, but we should be okay. I mean, I've been in a lot worse. But we're gonna get on our first spot. Before I get positioned here, I'm just gonna turn the live well on and let my squid thaw out. I just brought some squid strips out, a 1-pound box. So let's go ahead, let it thaw out in the live well. While I'm getting positioned here, we're fishing in about 37 feet of water, and the Gulf surface temp is 59 degrees. So still fairly chilly. We've had some cooler nights. Unfortunately, the daytime temperatures help some, but it's mostly those nighttime temperatures. So a little fact there is, if you're waiting, like say pre-spawn for bass, you're waiting for the water warm up, pay attention to them nighttime temperatures. When you get consistent warmer nighttime temps, that water's gonna warm up a lot more and a lot quicker. I just hit the spot lock, but these are the marks I'm looking for. Those are pretty big marks, not lit up like a Christmas tree, but we're only sitting in 36 foot of water. We're gonna be taking a lot over the bow today. Look at that. Get some really good marks. So I'm going to start out by throwing one of these Frisky fins Pompano jigs. One of my favorite things to use on these nearshore reefs here. So this is just a little teaser. You can get these on my website. I'll link everything I use or tried to down in the description below. But I have a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader, small barrel swivel. Just have a loop knot on there. And I have a 2500 spin fisher, 15-pound braid, and a 7-foot medium fast St. Croix. Well, let's drop down this jig. I like to drop it all the way down to the bottom. Okay, we're on the bottom. Now, all I do, lift up, let it fall. Most of the time they're going to hit it on that fall. So if they don't want this, I got some squid, have some cigar minnows so I can cut up. Oh, they work great. Oh my goodness. That might be a keeper. That might be a keeper. Come on. I'm telling you, we're in shallow water, so we gotta keep them out of that reef. Come on, buddy. Oh yeah, it's digging. Hey, I think I might have got a keeper. 15 inches is all I gotta be. So from the tip of the nose to the fork in the tail, wow. He is like right on it. I'm gonna toss this one back, see if there's a bigger one down there. But look at those teeth, that is awesome. There you go, buddy. Right back down to the bottom. The only reason I'm doing that because he was right on it. So and this reef looks like it's loaded with them. Let's try to find another one. Let's drop it back down. He was right on that dot. It's so crazy you can only keep one. Oh, there's one. That's not gonna be anything to keep. Wow, I think that's probably my smallest red snapper to date. That's a very small snapper. Big old grouper would eat that joker. All right, buddy, there you go. That's a tiny little snapper. So I got some of these frozen cigar minnows. I wish the water was warmer to get a mackerel, but what I'm gonna do is cut them up and use them for bait here. Piece of frozen cigar minnow. I don't give that very long by the time it comes off the hook. It's very mushy. I think something took it. Oh, okay. Got something a little better. Got something a little better. Come on. Come on, buddy. Get up. Be a legal trigger. Be a legal trigger. And it is not. It's a little bit bigger red snapper. Nothing I can do with that one. That would taste so good too. These things are, that's a perfect size to grill whole, wrapped in aluminum foil with some butter. But I can't keep the dang thing, so it's got to go back. And circle hook comes right out. All right, let's do some more chumming. There we go. Let's grab another chunk of cigar minnow. There's a fish. Come on, get up off of there. It's a trigger fish. Not a keeper, not anywhere near it, but on the cigar minnow. You want to watch out for these jokers. They got some serious chompers, and it's so cool. This is why they call them a trigger. You've seen it in my videos before, but I like to mention it if you haven't seen it before. You can't ever press down that dorsal fin. It is stuck solid until you hit that little trigger on them, and then it'll push down and sit flush. So that's why they're called trigger fish, but really good eating. Check out that emerald eye in them, but they have some serious chompers on them, so you do not want to stick your finger in there. He's too small. Beautiful fish. There you go. They're liking the cigar minnow, so I'm gonna drop another one down. There's another fish. There we go. Come on. Come on now. Get up, get up. Another trigger. Another trigger. I'm gonna measure that one because that's a beautiful fish. I think it's gonna be short, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We're looking at a 13-inch fork length fish. So when you're measuring fork length, you go from the tip of the mouth to the fork in the tail, which is right here. So total length would be the total length of the fish, but triggers in Alabama have to be fork length, so that's their fork. But let's go ahead and let you go. There he goes. Well, we just moved out to 70 feet of water. This the wave period sucks. It's very close together. And what that means is the wave period is the distance between the wave and then the next wave behind of it. So ideally you want a longer wave periods, but I am marking a bunch of fish. There's a fish. There's a fish. Come on. Get up. Get up here. Come on. Just trying to get it up so it doesn't go in that reef. And that's a red snapper. Not what I want. Beautiful colors on it though, but not the intended species. Oh, there's one. Oh, come on, be the trigger I need. Be the fish I need. Come on. Oh my goodness, I think it might be. Oh, come on. Don't tank me down there. Come on, come on. Come on, get up, get up, get up. Come on, be the fish I need, because I'm ready to go home. Come on. Dang, this sucker is good. I think it is. I think that's my target species. No, it's just a big red snapper. A good sized red snapper at that. Dadgum. So it was down there the whole time. Check out that red snapper. Too bad I can't keep it. It's got to go back, but what a good fish. Heck yeah, y'all. Man, I got a hook in me too, so that's gonna be fun. But I thought this might have been my trigger fish I needed, but it's not, so we gotta toss him back. And he's back down. Whew. So that was the best fish of the day. I just can't keep them. It sucks because those such good tasting fish, but it is what it is. That snapper really liked that Frisky Fins banana jig. That teaser makes all the difference in the world, because I was throwing it without a teaser for a while and wasn't getting a bite at all. I put the teaser back on and boom, just got bit. So I need to change it out. I bent the hook out with my pliers. So let me get another one, get back out there and see if we can get our target species. All right, let's try that again. That was a good sized snapper. So they're down there. They're just being picky. All right, so you drop it down, twitch it. Don't be afraid to twitch it hard. These are big fish. These fish live out in the Gulf of Mexico. They got to defend themselves against other big fish, so, and compete for food. So they can take the aggressive hits. If you ever jig for amberjack or tuna, kind of the same concept, except not as fast. We're not like speed jigging. We're just kind of jigging in place. But they'll always hit it on that fall. So you never know when you're going to get a strike. Here's one. Ah, nice fish. Real nice fish. Ah, come on, get up. See, this is incredibly fun. It's not giant. Whoa, that's a pretty cool fish. Pretty sure that's a porgy. A pretty cool catch on the jig. I'm actually going to keep these because these are actually really good to eat. They taste very similar to sheep's head. This is a porgy, so there's no limit on them, but normally you want to keep the ones that are a little bit bigger. So this one's going to go in the cooler on ice because I do want to take something home. I don't want to come out here and come back empty-handed. They're related to sheep's head, so related to sheep's head and pinfish. Think of it as like a mix between a sheep's head and a pinfish because their head kind of looks like a sheep's head. They're in that porgy family. Throw you in the cooler. Be good. That'll be a good meal. Let's see what else we can pull up. That was kind of cool. Those things are very abundant on all these reefs, like a giant pinfish pretty much. All right, back down to the bottom. See, this is fun. You never know what you're going to get out here. There's a fish. Come on, get up here. Don't know what it is, so I'm just trying to get them up quick. Oh, that's cool. Little grouper. So I caught one of these in the last video. That's just a little grouper right there. So too small for anything anyway, but what a beautiful little fish. Check that out. Those are so cool. So I got to get them back. Pretty sure that's a juvenile gag. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like according to the tail and the markings. So let's toss it back. There he goes. Got something, a balloon or something very shiny right here. Looks like a balloon. I'm pretty much done fishing right now. Yeah, that's a balloon. I'm gonna get it out of the water then head home. So I cursed myself by not keeping that trigger fish that was right on the line, and I didn't catch a keeper after that at all. Yeah, let's get this balloon. See, that's what happens when you let balloons go. They come out to the Gulf and the ocean. It's still fun, but I'm gonna put this up, take it home and get it out of the water. Time to go. It's gonna be fun. All right, y'all, what is going on? I am back home. So I had a long day out in the boat. I probably should have kept that trigger fish, the first one that I caught, but I didn't. I was being greedy, and greed will be your downfall. So I came home with a porgy because I wanted to come home with the fish. There ain't no reason to go out there. It's fun to go out there, but I like to come home with something I can eat. And these are actually pretty good. Porgy is a generalized term. You probably call them something else. I just call them a porgy. They're it's pretty much like a mix between a sheep's head and a pinfish. To me, it's what it looks like. They're all in the porgy family. So I just generically call this one a porgy. And I'm gonna leave it whole. They're very good meat on them. And we're gonna bake it whole. So I'm gonna take one of these fish scalers. You can buy this at Bass Pro Shops or Amazon or whatever. I think I picked this one up at Bass Pro Shops. And I'm just gonna scale these fish. You can use the back of your knife, you can use a spoon, but I do so much fish cleaning that I'll, buy this for like $5 and it gets the job done pretty easy. Their skin's very thin, pretty much like a snapper, which is, I know some people probably call these white snapper as well. Every fish has different terms wherever you go. So next thing I'm going to do is field dress it which means I'm going to take a knife, and today I'm using the Sword 7-inch fillet knife. And once again, Sword is the sponsor of this video, so if you want to check them out and go get you a fillet knife, I'll link their website down in the description below. If you want to buy something, all you gotta do is click on that link and it helps out the channel and it allows you to get a cool product. What I'll do is I'll split open the belly. You know, this is for educational purposes. I know on YouTube, some of the guidelines, you know, they don't want to show a lot of fish juices per se. So I'll split open this belly and clean it out. I'll probably take the eyes out. Some of y'all may want to leave them in if you like to eat them. Me personally, I take them out and then I take the gills out. So let me go ahead and do that real quick and then I'll show you what else I do. Some of y'all may do this different, but this is just the way I do it. But I have this thing field dressed, pulled out as much of the stomach lining and innards as I can, take the eyes and the gills out. Next thing I'm gonna do is take my fillet knife, but I'm not gonna fillet it, I'm gonna score it. It allows even cooking. So just cut just like that. I usually do about 1.5 inches diagonally. And then I'll flip it about 45 degrees and do the same thing. It doesn't have to be perfect, but what that allows is it to cook a lot more even, and all your seasoning and butter and whatever you're using get inside the meat. And that's actually a pretty good looking white meat. It actually looks pretty good. So we're gonna flip it over, do the same thing and score it. Turn it like that. There we go. And just like that, kind of looks like if you sliced a mango. But we're gonna bake this whole. That's why I cleaned it this way. You waste a lot less meat that way, especially on a fish like this. It's really easy to do with something that doesn't have as thick of a skin. You know, sheep's head's good to do a whole like that too, but it's a lot more difficult to scale it, and it's got real tough skin. So this is more similar to like a snapper. It's really easy to do this way. I am upstairs. Ignore the Krispy Kreme donuts. They actually are really good, but we're trying to eat a little healthier. So I got this fish scored, dressed, and ready to go. After a long day on the water, you don't want to go do a 5-course meal, so we're doing real simple. Extra virgin olive oil, your favorite Cajun seasoning. I either use Chef Paul's, or today I'm going to use the Tex Joy. It's a little bit tangier. Salt and pepper. I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees right now. We're gonna go ahead and season this fish. So I'm gonna take my extra virgin olive oil. We just want it coated. It makes it really crispy, doesn't burn, and is fairly healthy compared to butter. But you can use what you like. And I'm just gonna use just a little bit here and take this brush and just baste it. This is where the scoring helps a lot. It allows that olive oil and your seasoning to get down in the meat and not just on the skin. But this olive oil will crispy up the skin. Next, I'm gonna do salt and pepper to taste. I don't use very salty seasonings, so we can be very liberal with the salt and with the pepper. There we go. Nothing too crazy, everything's to taste. You don't want to cover up the taste of fresh fish with a whole bunch of seasoning, but you still want it to taste good. So, and then our Cajun seasoning. Like I said, this isn't a very salty seasoning, neither is Chef Paul's, but we'll sprinkle that on there. Want it covered up. Like to get in the belly as well. Just all over the fish. And this is where I use my hands to kind of spread it in, get it in that meat. Man, that smells great. That seasoning smells awesome. And then I'm gonna flip it. I've already sprayed some non-stick coating down on this aluminum foil, but that olive oil will allow it not to stick as well. Let's do this side. Now we're letting our oven preheat, like I said, 350 degrees. Everybody's oven's different. This one I kind of found that 350 works really well for fish. All right, y'all, it's been 18 minutes. Let's look at that fish. Oh, that looks amazing. It smells great. So it's been 18 minutes and I'm gonna broil this for 1 more minute on high just to get that last little crispy bit. So whenever that's done, we'll pull it out. It has been 1 minute broiling, so let me turn this off and pull out our fish. It smells amazing. Whoa, that is hot. Don't judge me on my oven mitt here. This is what I got at the moment. Check that out. So put this up here without getting burnt. We'll let it cool down and come and take a bite of it. Look how pretty that is though. Smells great. The meat just looks awesome. It looks like it's fully cooked. If you're unsure, you can take a fork and kind of peel it apart. Yeah, that meat is firm. That skin peels right off. It's fully cooked. And that is Bobo squeaking in the background. So we're gonna let this fish cool because it's still 300 something degrees. And and I don't want to get burnt. So we'll be back in just a second. Pretty hot. I have a plate and a fork, so I'm gonna pick off this bone. I like to peel the skin away. A lot of people like to eat the skin, but I just personally peel the skin away. So these things are pretty bony. That's why I do it whole like this instead of fillet. But I would like to try just a small piece. It's still extremely hot. But let's try a piece here. Oh. Yo, that's actually really good. That meat is very firm. But we're gonna try another bite because that was phenomenal. You just pick your meat off the fish and eat it. Let's try another bite. That is amazing. So, let me finish this food. That dinner is awesome. I will be keeping more porgies if I catch them, which I've caught porgies before. I know it's pretty common to catch them out on the reefs. So I'm gonna finish this dinner and share it with everyone else in the family. Don't forget to go check out Sword if you want some good fillet knives, hats, shirts, and stuff. Go show them some love because they sponsor the channel so I can make videos like this for y'all. If you want to get those Frisky fins, Pompano jigs, they work great for doing what I did today. They're on my website, bamasaltwater.com as well. Everything's down in that description below. If you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to hit that subscribe. Hit that like and drop a comment as well. We'll see you on the next Bama Saltwater fishing video. I want to thank the good Lord up above for everything he does for us. We'll see ya later.